Ministry of Higher Education, Mr. Higher Institute for Commerce and Computers. Welcome freshmen who study English for Computer Science for the first year. This section gonna be number 2 concerning academic writing. I'm gonna accompany you, Marwa Shazri, along this section inshallah. Let's start. We're still in part 3 academic writing techniques, chapter 1 background to writing. السكشن اللي فات خدنا assignment عن dividing a big piece of writing into smaller paragraphs، وقلنا ان الباراجراف ده بيhold one idea أو بيتكلم عن one idea and supporting details. We should start with the topic, sentence, body and conclusion. ال piece of writing دي كانت عن charcoal. Yes, so ال first paragraph هيتعلق بإيه؟ Yes, what is it? Charcoal and how is it produced? And this idea ends at begin to rise. Then we notice حتى لو احنا مش فاهمين كل الكلمات ممكن نخمن، نقرا التكست ونخمن الحاجات الصعبة علينا، ان الباراجراف اللي بعده هيتناول ايه؟ هيتناول new idea which is a new use of charcoal. Yes, it's called biochar. Okay, and ends into such as nitrates. طيب next one, we're gonna deal with another idea which is start with the other benefit of biochar. The other benefit of biochar. So here it's going to deal with another benefit، حاجة جديدة، تمام، which is the ability to lock CO2، يعني تحتفظ بيها into the soil. تمام. طيب last paragraph. Yes, starts with but the other agriculture. But the other agriculture. Yes, it's going to deal with another. Yes, with another idea which is the agriculture effect on the soil using this biochar. Yes, so this is how we divide the piece of writing. This is important. This is in your textbook. قلنا هندivide برضو this piece of writing into suitable number of paragraphs. طيب أول في الوهلة الأولى لازم أقرأ التايتل which is investment strategies. يعني أنا هتكلم عن strategies للinvestment، للاستثمار. يبقى هواجه شوية حاجات مصطلحات ممكن صعبة شوية، اللي يبقى لازم أخمن الأفكار الجديدة، إمتى تنتهي فكرة وإمتى تبتدي فكرة. طيب تعالوا نقرأ كده بسرعة. Most people want to invest for the future. تمام. To cover unexpected financial difficulties، عشان يغطوا to cover ال unexpected الغير متوقعة financial difficulties أو الصعوبات المالية and provide security، يبقى عندهم أمان. Different people however، لكن different people tend to have different requirements، متطلباتهم مختلفة من الاستثمار ده. So that a 25-year-old just leaving university would be investing for long-term capital growth. اللي عنده 25 هيكون هدفه capital growth أو يكبر رأس المال، وهيكون long term يعني هيكون هدف طويل. Whereas a 60 years old who had just retired، حد عنده 60 سنة retired يعني تقاعد، would probably invest for income، عايز دخل ليه لأنه يعني تقاعد. Despite these differences، على الرغم من الاختلافات دي، certain principles apply to most cases. في principles عامة في الاستثمار. طيب تمام، يبقى هنا أنا خلصت الفكرة الأولانية. Most people want to invest، وفي منهم 25-year-old عنده requirements و 60-year-old عنده requirements تانية. طيب The first issue, so here I noticed that I'm going to start with a new idea. The first issue to consider is risk. يبقى النيو idea اللي أنا هتكلم عنها إيه؟ الريسك. In general, the greater the degree of risk, the higher the return. يبقى ده معناه كل ما كان الريسك أعلى كل ما كان return أو العائد بتاعك أكتر. Shares أو الأسهم for example which can quickly rise or fall ممكن سعرها يرتفع أو يقل in value typically have a higher yield than bonds. طبعا هتدخل دخل أكتر لأن الريسك فيها أعلى من السندات المالية أو البونز which offer greater stability. هيكون في استقرار. Therefore, all investors must decide how much risk is appropriate. كل investor أو كل حد مستثمر ليه level of risk appropriately in their particular situation. Okay, so I notice here diversification. Oh, this is a new idea. So I think this paragraph will end here. Diversification أو التنوع must also be considered in an investment strategy. يعني لازم نحط في بالنا تنوع هنinvest في كذا مجال. Wise investors الحكماء المستثمرين الحكماء يعني usually seek to spread their investments. Spread يعني بينشروا a variety of geographical and business sectors في قطاعات مختلفة في الاستثمار. As accurate predictions of the future are almost impossible. إن أنا أعمل prediction على الفيوتشر أنهي shares هترايز أو fall طبعا ده mostly impossible صعب جدا. It's best to have as many options as possible. يبقى لازم يكون عندنا options أو اختيارات في الانفستمنت. A further consideration. Oh, I think this is a new idea. So I think the previous paragraph ends at as possible. The new one, as further consideration, is investor involvement. لأي مدى الانفستر أو المستثمر نفسه بيتدخل involvement في عملية الاستثمار دي. Some investors opt for a high degree of involvement. يعني في investors أو مستثمرين opt for they choose to involve completely in the investment. Okay, I want to buy and sell regularly, constantly watching the markets, but personal involvement can be time consuming. في الحالة دي إن أنا ممكن أتدخل كمستثمر ده معناه إنه هيضيع مني وقت كتير time consuming and worrying وبقلق طبعا. As many prefer to leave the management of their portfolios عايزين يسيبوا المانجمنت دي أو إدارة البورتفوليوز الانفستمنتس دي to professional fund managers لمديرين خاصين ماليين يديروها. طيب تعالوا دلوقتي بقى نشوف الانسر. Paragraph 1 begins at most people, line 1, and ends at most cases, line 6. Paragraph 2 begins with the most issue to line 6 and ends at particular situation. Paragraph 3 begins at diversification must also, line 13, and ends at as possible, line 16. Paragraph 4 begins at a further consideration, line 16, and ends with professional fund managers, line 20. Review. We're gonna now review some of the true or false questions on the previous section of chapter 1. Please put T for true and F for false for each of the following statements. Number 1, the use of citation references and impersonal style are features of academic writing. Yes, true. 2, a report is a written record of the main points of a text or lecture for a student's personal use. True or false? Yes, false. What is the correction? Yes, notes of written records for the main points of a text or lecture for a student personal use. 3, a project is a piece of research either individual or group work with the topic chosen by the students. Yes, true. Yeah. Next one. A paper is a general term for any academic essay, report, or article. True. Number 5. The essay is the longest piece of writing normally done by a student, 20,000 and plus words, often for a higher degree on a topic chosen by the student. Let's see. Yes, it's false. It's false. What are the correction? Dissertation or thesis are the longest pieces of writing normally done by a student, 20,000 plus words, often for a higher degree or a topic chosen by the student. Now I would like to thank all freshmen for taking the time and effort to attend this online section. Wish you the best. Thank you. See you soon.